I saw this article of Thursday, Friday last week. And I've been sitting on it and soaking on it because it gave me a range of emotions. And I'm going to be a positive guy. I think if you've listened to this show for any amount of time, okay, Ken is a positive guy. He's for the caller. He's not trying to make us props and beat us up, and I'm never going to do that. If I need to be plain spoken with you, I'll be plain spoken, and I have been. But by and large, I want to be a coach, and I want to be a friend. And so I don't get too fired up, and I'm not looking for opportunities to get fired up and get angry. But this makes me angry. And so I'm going to step on some toes, and I'm okay with that because this is what we would call tough love. So here we go. A new study out by Monster. And this is it. I can't even believe I'm about to read this. This is so disheartening to me. About 2/3 of working adults surveyed spend literally every second of every day wishing they could be at a different job. Now, when I first read this, I'm going to be point blank. I thought, that can't be true. You're telling me that these respondents said that they spend the entire day, because the word literally means every second of the day, wishing they could be at a different job. They're daydreaming about a different job while on the job. Now, again, if the study had said that they spend a couple of hours a day daydreaming about another job, I thought, well, okay, yeah, that irritates me, but I'm not surprised. But every second of the workday? I mean, folks, 2/3 of Americans spend every second of the day, at least they tell people. So whether it's true or not, doesn't matter. This is what they said. I spend every second of my workday daydreaming about another job. Now, this makes me angry. Because for most of you folks, and let's just say the listening audience, some of you out there are spending most of your day daydreaming about another job. Shame on you. Shame on you. You are stealing from your employer. You are stealing from your employer. If you spend a large portion, quite frankly, let's just be honest. If you spend a portion, if you have a fleeting thought every once in a while, I get that because we cannot control how thoughts enter our mind. We can control if we dwell on them. Let me say that again. We can't control what thoughts enter our mind, but we can control if we dwell on them or if we act on them. And so I'll give you a break if it's popping in every once in a while. But if you're dwelling on it and spending a portion of your day daydreaming about another job, you are stealing from your employer. Point blank, you are a thief. It's not cool. And I'll tell you why it's not cool. Caller after caller after caller who is not ready to step into the dream job, which most of you are not. Most of you are not ready to step right out of the job that you're daydreaming on into the dream job. You're just not. And I have said many times, I'll continue to say, you better be grateful for your current job. Even though it's not the dream job, maybe it's not the greatest culture in the world, and maybe it's not an exciting job, but it is your job, and it is providing you an income that allows you to live and not starve, to put your kids in school, to get your kids new clothes. Let's just go down the list. Your current job that you are daydreaming on is a provider for you. It is a platform for you to step into the dream job. How dare you steal from your employer? Come on, folks. This is serious business. And if you're daydreaming on the job for a portion or a large portion of the day, you better stop. And the way you could stop it is by changing your attitude. And it is an attitude adjustment that, number one, is right from an integrity standpoint. And number two, it's healthy because you're going to have to stay the course. The dream does not happen like a microwave bag of popcorn. It's a roast for several hours in the crock pot. You know this to be true, so stop stealing and start acting like a grown-up. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you don't change, for those of you that are doing this, if you don't take this scolding and make some changes, I question whether or not you can actually stay the course. If you don't have the mental and emotional discipline to not steal from your employer, then I don't know if you've got the fortitude to stay the course. It's a principle issue. It is integrity. It is character. And I end every show by saying you matter and you have what it takes. And that statement is still true and will always be true. Unless you are living habitually with a lack of character and integrity and you are stealing from your employer. How dare you spend a portion of your day daydreaming about another job? Oh my gosh. By the way, the rest of the data, 64% are spending every second of the day daydreaming about another job. And then 27% about once a week. And then this is the number here, 7% only on an occasional bad day. I get that. But again, you can't dwell on that. If it's a bad place to go, a bad place to go to work, let's get out of there. Call me. Let's come up with a plan, but stop stealing. And here's what else is happening. Final thought on this. Not only are you, that's what's made me angry. I think it's wrong. And it's not acceptable because you shouldn't be doing that. Our methodology here of finding your sweet spot and stepping into that purpose works. And you can do it. You can get out of a bad situation. But the other thing is the more you daydream, the longer you put off action. Well, I'm in this, job and it's boring and I'm just trying to make it Friday, so I'm going to daydream all day and just, it's like these bad characters in The Office and the movie Office Space, That's stealing. That's not ethical. And oh, by the way, you're not helping yourself either. It's a form of medicating.